This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Go to the link in the description below so they know that I sent you. All right, looks like it's time, so let's get in here. All right, everyone, we're doing what is probably our very last traditional draft for Ravnica Allegiance on Magic Arena, at least for a while. You know, obviously it could come back as a ranked format or whatever in the future, and we may play it. But for now, this will probably be the last time we do it. And in general, you know, the reason it's going to be the last time is because next week is the big limited review week time. And basically I need to save some of my time, and so next week I won't be doing draft videos or streaming because I'll be getting ready to do the whole set review and starting the set review. So before we get started with this last one though, a quick reminder that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can go to their website by clicking on the logo below on Twitch. It'll let them know I sent you. Same thing on YouTube, except you click on a link in the description. Okay. Go ahead and jump in here now. Maybe something interesting will happen here in our last draft. Well, we did get a really good rare that I think I played with like the very first time I drafted this format. Lumbering Battlement, and haven't gotten to play with since. It's a cool, funny card flavor-wise, but it's also just a really good card. Like, its basement, you know, being a 5-mana 4/5 vigilance is fine, but usually you can exile one thing, and the fact that you can always means that if your opponent does kill it, that thing's coming back. If that thing also has an activated ability, you're in trouble. I'm glad you like my content, Rome. Unless it's Rom. I'm saying Rome because I'm assuming it is pronounced in Hebrew. So yeah, Lumbering Battlement it is. It's just a really good card. Okay, so here we have a choice between Archway Angel and Grasping Thrall. Pretty classical choice here in this format, here in this last draft of it. I think I like the Thrall more on average, but the Angel can obviously be a little more insane if you get enough gates. But I think I'm leaning towards Thrall. So Rome is correct. Good to know. Oh yeah, an Oligarch here. Juggler here, I think. You know, these two are nice, but given what we already have going on and things are going pretty well, I think we just take another pretty good card. In Blade Juggler. And, okay, I think we take another Blade Juggler. Is Blade Juggler better than Oligarch? I kind of think it is. I've come out of this format thinking it's better, at least, in the long run here. Yeah. I just like that it's so easily a 2-for-1. Okay, so here I think I want Plague White. We could take a Guildgate, we could take Twilight Panther, we could take Senate Griffin, but this is a nice 2-drop. I like it better than all those things, obviously enough. Here I think I take a Crocodile. I don't really ever play either of these. I played this once in a silly High Alert deck, and it was fun there, but other than that, you know, I'm more likely to play a Catacomb Crocodile than that other stuff. All right, I think I like the Vampire here. Okay, so this is kind of a stacked pack for this late in the pack. That, you know, these 3 cards, I think Debtor's Transport, Ill-Gotten Inheritance, and Vizkopa Vampire are all pretty nice. I'm leaning towards Inheritance. Yeah. It's a nice alternate win condition in this format. All right, so we could take Justicar's Portal, but we have Grasping Throw and 2 Blade Jugglers, I guess, which is already kind of a good base for it. Blade Brand, also not bad, but I think the Portal could have more upside in the long run in this pack. I'm not a huge Drill Bit fan. This is traditional, though, so as a sideboard card, I like it. I think I want the Grudian more than the Veteran. I think I want... Wow, that's a late Scorch Mark. I think I'll take the... I like to have 1 Scavenger in this deck, at least, and we got one. I don't think I want to play 2 Portals, at least not right now. Okay, so... Angelic Exaltation is a card that has been interestingly polarizing in this format. There have been a lot of people I've seen in my draft videos thinking I should first pick it. But obviously I don't agree because I don't. I think it's a little bit overrated. Like, you have to have a certain board state set up for it to be at its best. And your opponent also has to have a certain board state for it to be at its best. Namely that, they don't have any way to block your evasive creatures and stuff. I think it's fine. I just don't like taking it this early in a pack that also has Sentinel's Mark, for example. I guess if the mark wasn't here, that's probably where I would go. If we had some lands, I would probably try to play Law Mage's Binding. And I guess I could still take the Binding. Maybe that's just better than the mark. And see if we can pick up some fixing. Yeah, Law Mage's Binding is strong. I actually think that is what I'm going to do. Okay. Well, there's some Guild Gates and some other cards that aren't very good for us. Footlight Fiend's okay. Could take the Plaza. It does help us splash our Binding. I think that's what I'm going to do. The black and white cards here are not anything special. Okay, another Grasping Thrall. Yes, please. Alright, so here we have a Sky Tether, another Inheritance, and Undercity Scavenger. I think we want the Tether. We don't have a ton of flyers right now, but we have enough, and it is good at shutting down problem creatures in this format on the reg. Okay, so Orzhov Guildgate or Orzhov Racketeers. I like the Racketeers a reasonable amount, so I think I'm actually going to take it over the Guildgate. Okay, here I think we want Summary Judgment. I do like having one Dead Revels. Senate Griffin's pretty good too, but we actually don't have very much removal right now, and Summary Judgment's solid, if not, incredible removal. And so I think that's what we'll take. Okay, here I think we'll take a Final Payment over two other cards that I kind of wish I had, but it's another removal spell, and we're going to need those. Okay, here's an Azorius Guildgate. Do I take it over Plague White? Yeah, probably. It basically locks me in on Law Mage's Binding, and that's a good thing. Alright, so Sentinel's Mark came back. Now we'll take it. Right, so Transport's fine. It isn't exciting, but it is fine. Footlight Fiend, same thing. I think we could definitely use some lower curve creatures, actually. So I'm going to take the Fiend for now. Works well with Blade Brand if that comes up. Take Carrion MP here. Fireblade Artist is the best card in that pack, so I guess we'll take it. I don't think we'll play the Knight, but there are worse cards you could get, like last. Okay, so there's a second Law Mage's Binding here. Yeah. Orzhov Racketeers. Law Mage's Binding. I mean, the Binding's obviously the best card in this pack. However, I'm just not convinced. I don't think we have the mana base to play both, so I'm kind of leaning towards another Final Payment. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, Basilica Bellhaunt. There's a Gate Colossus, but I think we're too late. Like, we're going to get like 4 gates if we really try, and it's going to be a little bit... I mean, it'll still be fine, but it won't be as good as a Basilica Bellhaunt. The Oligarch's tempting too, but the Bellhaunt's great. We have passed a few Oligarchs. Okay, so another Thrall. We're still kind of low on 2-drops, but I think the Thrall is still considerably better than Syndicate Guildmage, so I'm going to take it. And kind of hope we see some later 2-drops. I think we take another Sky Tether here. If we don't get early creatures, at least we have a way of stopping early things. Okay, so we have 1 1-drop and 2 2-drops at this point. It's not that this pack has any 2-drops. Syndicate Messenger's nice. Noxious Grudian Consigned to the Pit R2. I don't think we need the Consign desperately. Like, I wouldn't mind running 1, but I think taking a creature here matters more. I just have to figure out which one I want. The Grudian is great at locking the ground down. The Messenger is another flying attacker who has Afterlife. Yeah, I don't know. I guess lowering our curve is probably better. Nah, I think it's the Messenger. I think it comes out as a better card. Well, here I think we take Plague White over another one just because we need 2-drops. Orzhov Guildgate's kind of tempting. but it's not that tempting. You know, Resolute Watchdog or Syndicate Messenger is fine too, but I think Plague White is on par with Syndicate Messenger and it's lower on our curve. Here I think I do take another Guildgate because it makes it easy to play Law Mage's Binding now instead of Marginal. So, and you know, the cards are passing are fine. Like the Messenger is fine, but I think I'd rather have another Guildgate for now. Wow, a third Sky Tether. I'm down. That does make flyers even a little bit better than they already were, so maybe I should take a Carrion Imp here, because if we have 3 Sky Tethers, good luck blocking our flyers. So the Imp, you know, gains us some life. It is a flyer, but it is also a 4-drop. We are now up to 1 drop and 3 2 drops, which is pretty reasonable. And on top of that, we have things we can do early. Well, some anyway. Summary Judgment and Sky Tether are things we can do early if we want to. 3 Sky Tethers to me, I think we got to take the flyer. Oh, I love this really late Oligarch. Yes, please. So, Caracal is a 2-drop. It's kind of a bad one in this format, but if we decide we really need one, I mean, I think it's an okay one to have. Okay, so we'll take Knight of Sorrows. Take another one, I guess. Okay, well, I don't know that it'll make the cut, but it coming back is not something I'm upset about. All right, this deck looks pretty good to me. Where do our cuts come from? Yeah, Knight of the Last Breath's not happening. This island's not happening, since we have 3 Guild Gates that will get us there. Probably don't need the Crocodile main board. You know, I didn't think about it, but having 3 Grasping Thralls and 2 Blade Jugglers with Lumbering Battlement and Basilica Bellhaunt with it seems pretty good. I think that also means Justicar's Portal might be worth it here. I have never played Justicar's Portal. Yeah, we don't need this Prowling Caracal anymore, I don't think. And I don't really think we need the Watchdog either. So, yeah, we picked up several flyers near the end there. Still have to cut 5 cards, huh? I guess I'm leaning towards Footlight Fiend, which does drop us to 4, but I think that's okay. This isn't a format where you're, like, dead if you have 2 mana. Clintistic, I don't know why you can't rank up when you do traditional draft. I'm hopeful that's something they'll change like they did in Constructed, because I don't know. There are pros and cons. I think there's a good chance I would at least play traditional more than I would play the best of one. But I do think best of one in terms of streaming and stuff, I think there's a decent chunk of people who like it more. I would, you know, be interested in what people thought if that was a choice, but it's not even a choice, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so cutting this last 4 cards, is not an easy decision. Man. What's our creature count and stuff like that? 18 creatures. So we can cut creatures without being worried about not having enough for... Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like even though it's going to work in our deck, I don't feel like I want to mainboard Justicar's Portal. Like, it'll work a lot of the time. We have several Into the Battlefield abilities. But it's still like, there's a lot of the time where that's really all you're going to be getting out of the card, and I don't think it's great. Yeah, I could think about cutting the Racketeers. It's awkward that, you know, it's a good card, so it's awkward, but it's like, we have 3 Sky Tethers, so I don't think we want to cut anything with flying, even though I think usually Carrion Imp is a worse card than Orzhov Racketeers. Yeah, I mean, I think the Scavenger is probably a potential card to cut too. I think Scavenger, Racketeers, yeah, it makes our curve a little better in the long run too, to do that. And maybe Viscopa Vampire. Maybe not. I mean, it might just be Ill-Gotten Inheritance. It's not incredible in this deck by any stretch. I mean, it may just be a Carrion Imp, even though it's a flyer. Like, And probably not. We don't have that many flyers, actually. So maybe it's Viscopa Vampire. That does mean, in terms of creatures, we've only got 5 that we can play on the first 3 turns. But that's okay, I think. I mean, if we go up against somebody who's crazy aggressive, we have the sideboard to combat that with Resolute Watchdog and the like. So, yeah. All right, I think that's the deck. Except that I don't like the number... Well, I guess it's okay, actually. We have 8 white sources and 9 black sources. Yeah, that should be okay. It's not excellent, but I think it's okay. Might be hard to play our Bellhaunt consistently on turn 4, but luckily, like all of those cards, really, it's good whenever you play it. I guess the red-green one, ideally, you want to play on turn 4. It has a bigger impact on the game early, but... Okay, so I think this is a keep. Yeah, especially because our opponent's playing first. I think it's a keep. Open the gates, huh? Yeah, so we can play our Plaza. Our Blade Jugglers are a little worse in a deck where we don't have that many 2-drops. That's for sure. Nice. I love that card. Probably one of my favorite cards of this format. Alright. So, we can't do anything. I mean, we could. We can actually do several things, but there's nothing meaningful that we can do. We're just going to take 2 here and, you know, probably start dealing with creatures one way or another. Okay. Well. Man, I'm going to have to discard. That's not cool. Should I just slap a Sky Tether on this? It's probably better than the alternative. Yeah. So I think we'll put a Sky Tether on this. Because if we just lose a card, it's actually worse than playing Sky Tether kind of crappily here. Which is what we're going to do. So we at least get some value out of it. In other words, instead of just losing a card here that we never get any value out of. Okay, that's pretty good. I think we just play the Bellhaunt for now. Might take a hit from Trollbred Guardian, but then we can kill it in a variety of ways, so I think that's okay. So yeah, I mean, if it attacks me, I just take it. If they decide to make it big, I'm kind of okay with it because we can kill it. I mean, we take more damage, but the life we gained off our Bellhaunt kind of negates it. Okay, so... Interesting. If they had blocked there, I could have cast Final Payment and sacked the Sky Tether instead of life. That would have been pretty sweet. But it doesn't look like that's what they're going to let us do, so... Yeah, so I think we just Law Mage's Binding at instant speed. Alright, yeah, so... do that. It does mean other creatures with counters will have trample, I guess. So, yeah, but it's probably okay. Dang. That's annoying. But I'm kind of okay with it. Overall. Alright, so we'll attack. Play a Blade Juggler. Okay. So I think we attack with both. They can double block the Blade Juggler, but I'm kind of okay with that. Or they can just do that. So is Final Payment worth it here? I don't think so. I might have done it if I didn't just have another Blade Juggler. Now we can play our Thrall next turn too. Yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem. Are they really going to attack me here? Kind of looks like they're thinking about it. I guess if they attack for 1, it wouldn't be that crazy. Oh. That's crazy. Okay, so. Yeah, I'm going to end up having to use Final Payment one way or another here. So I think I'm actually going to play Plague White. And yeah, we'll use Final Payment to kill one and block with the same creature we sacrifice. Yeah. They also have Trample now, so never mind. That's not going to work out as well as I was thinking it would. Alright. God, I kind of feel like we have to take this 6. This game got away from us in a hurry, didn't it? Actually, I don't have to do that. I think blocking like that is best. Actually, does kill both of them, but I think we can recover relatively well. I should have declared the block with the Plague White, I guess, and then used Final Payment. That definitely would have been better. Ah, crap. Okay. Sacrifice a creature. And yeah, we'll lose the Blade Juggler. So they can knock us down to 2 here, unfortunately. But I kind of think that's okay. We have the ability to gain a bunch of life back here, so. Oh, man. That game, that biogenic upgrade turned the game around for them. That wasn't very much fun. We were like in control until that upgrade. That's what happens. Yeah, the new Domri looks cool. Basically, all the new enchantment planeswalkers look pretty cool. It's gonna be an interesting limited format, that's for sure. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, as usual. Yeah, if they hadn't had Colossus and Skewer the critics. That would have been nice. Okay, I think this is a keep. It's slow, but we can stop an early creature and hope to just get to higher mana. And we have all 3 of our colors too, so I think it's all right. Our deck's main problem is the lack of 2-drops, I think. But that's not really what killed us in the last game. It was our opponent overpowering us late with a biogenic upgrade, as happens from time to time. Be nice if they don't play anything here. Okay. Guess I should have played the Swamp. That way I could have left up final payment, but especially if they use removal here, I'm going to regret this. Yeah, that Board God is really cool. I think we are cool with blocking here. I feel like we can win the late game, mostly. I mean, I guess they do have that biogenic upgrade, but I think mostly our deck's going to be the better one late. Yeah, the Gruul Boar God is cool. I think it means we're going to see a 5-color cycle of Ravnican gods who've, like, woken up and, you know, with everything going on the plane and are pissed off, but I could be wrong. Alright, so yeah, I think we attack here. And play our Plaza. And I'm probably going to use final payment on him, but if I can get them to pay the mana for him first, you know, that's obviously better. Yeah, so there they go. So I think I go ahead and use the payment here. Hello, Zach. So I'm probably just going to put a Sky Tether on this thing after I attack. Got extra ones lying around, after all. Fair enough. We never did get a Dead Revels, which would have been really nice in our deck. We could have killed him in response, but I don't think it would have been worth it. That's pretty sweet, Wolf. Won't ever happen in Limited, but someone could try to make it happen in Constructed. Man. We do have 2 removal spells, so it's not like we're, like, Vic going to be in trouble if they just play something here. Alright. That's a nice thing to draw when you're in top deck mode, because it gives you a creature. Okay, well. We still get to draw a card off of it, so we have that going for us. Ooh, Sentinel's Mark will probably be nice at some point or another. Oh yeah, that's... You're getting Sky Tethered. Not really a problem. I don't think we have to final payment it, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so... I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt because it would get it out of the way, but I think we just play another Sky Tether on it instead. We kind of want to just draw a flyer and slap a Sentinel's Mark on it to try to win this thing. This is where Ill-Gotten Inheritance would be useful for me. They're going to play theirs now, probably. We do have a nice block on the Blade Juggler, so we got that going for us. If they decided to attack here, they do not. Okay, so we'll play another one. Not great at this point in the game, but they will protect us, and they threaten to give us a flyer. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Alright, so we're going to use Final Payment here. Sacrifice a creature. We'll kill Rakdos Firewheeler and sacrifice the Oligarch he's targeting. Which means we won't take 2 damage, too, so... Works for me. Start threatening in the air, too. Oh, no, never mind. It targets separately. Darn it. Why does it have to target separately? Alright. So they can kind of attack here, but I think we actually just take it, and then we try to race with Sentinel's Mark. Ooh, that'll help. Yeah, now I don't think we try to race with Sentinel's Mark. I think we just attack. And play an Imp. And exile, I guess, Rakdos Firewheeler. Takes us up to 9. Oh, that's gonna make us race. I think we're gonna use Sentinel's Mark here. Gaining the life would have been nice, but I think this works out okay. We kill the creature. We can attack for 5. We have lethal in the air. The question is, are we willing to just take 6 here? I think the answer is no. We don't have a choice now. Why is that biogenic upgrade hate us so much? Oh, thank God. Thank God for Sky Tether number 3. Our opponent's like, how many Sky Tethers do they have? Yeah, that time we got the answer. Alright, so the question is, do I want any of these lower curve guys, namely Resolute Watchdog or Caracal? Viscopa Vampire actually seems pretty good against them. I actually think we want it over Grudian here, because their creatures are mostly... I mean, they have some big guys, but we can deal with them a variety of ways. The Viscopa Vampire trading for a biggish creature and gaining us life, I think is just better than the Grudian. I saw somebody talk about that infinite damage combo. Oh, drill bit! Just because of biogenic upgrade? I think that's a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, you know. Both times they've played it against us, I think they top-decked it, and we wouldn't have been able to... I don't think we would have hit the upgrade either time because they drew it off the top and played it. But being able, I mean, it's good against maybe one card in their deck. I don't know. It's all right. I like siding it in more against the controlly or annoying decks in the format that with Dovin's Acuity and all that nonsense. That's where I've found it to be most useful. That time we got to draw a response to their top deck nonsense. So hopefully we can do that again. If they didn't already side in Enchantment Hate, I think the game where they saw us play Sentinel's Mark and 3 Sky Tethers, plus in game 1 they saw us play our blue-white card, Law Mage's Binding. There's no way they didn't side some Enchantment Hate in, basically. That's what I'm saying. This looks good. We're not going to get very many fast hands, but this actually looks like it could be one. It does mean, I think we have to play Guildgate and then Swamp, and then Oligarch, and then on the next turn Plaza, which isn't great, but I think it'll work out all right. Well, I think it's still better to play the Guildgate. But now maybe if we draw another land, we don't have to worry about playing the Plaza for a little while. Oh yeah, he does already have Sunder Shaman. Nice main board. Wow, we did do that. I'll take it. I'll play this Oligarch. So we can just curve out here and not worry about playing our Plaza. Basically. I definitely would trade there if they attacked me. Okay, well actually, we might as well play the Plaza because we don't have anything we can do this turn anyway. So, yeah. And we won't attack. Blade Juggler. I do like Oligarch as sort of a counter to Blade Juggler. Ooh, I don't like that though. They don't have green mana right now. I'm hoping that Trollbred Guardian just disappears. Okay, I think we attack with the Oligarch. We more or less have a free attack. Like, if they decide to block here, you know, we get the flyer. If they take it, they take it. So, the question is, do I play my own Blade Juggler and then, like, Azorius Guildgate, or do I play Messenger? I think playing the Blade Juggler is worth it here. Yeah, and there's a Sky Tether, which will be useful. They do have the mana for him. Alright. So I think here we play Sky Tether on the Guardian. What we have to hope is they don't have Biogenic Upgrade, you know. Then I think we're going to play this Inheritance. I think the, like, strongest straight-up cards... Here comes Biogenic Upgrade. But I think the strongest, like, cards so far revealed are, I think Liliana, Nissa, the Boar, and the blue-green superhero-looking guy. Like Vorlesk or whatever his name is. He looks pretty sweet. Okay, we're just going to take this. There's some really strong commons and uncommons in this set, though. Kind of absurdly strong, actually. Uh-oh. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Ooh, good. I can put Law Mage's Binding on it. That solves some of our problems, I think. But the like new Master Decoy guy, Law Rune Enforcer or whatever, is like crazy good for a common. So is Obnixilus's Cruelty. So is Jaya's Greeting. Like, there's a bunch of crazy good common cards in this set and uncommons. So I honestly think our biggest threat right now is that priest, so I'm gonna put Law Mage's Binding on it before it can go off. Yeah. And then we'll end our turn. Now, if they play another fatty, we could be in for some trouble, but... They are going super wide on us. Oh, there's a Sunder Shaman. That's not good news, I wouldn't say. We do have another turn to try to figure out something to do about that. The good news is we can actually chump him with Oligarchs and get flyers in the process and not be too concerned. He doesn't have trample, he's just like a pain to block. Yeah, he can only be single blocked. Is basically what's going on there. But yeah, there's a lot of cool cards. I like the... Of the uncommon Planeswalkers, the ones I like the most so far for Limited are Jaya, Kaya, and Nahiri. They're all removal spells, basically. But there's a lot of others that are really interesting to evaluate. Been thinking about them a lot. I'm already putting my script together for the set review, which should begin next Friday, I think, week from tomorrow. And it's really interesting to think about the best way to think about the best way to think about these cards. We're just gonna take 3. Because we just haven't seen things like them before, and that's always a lot of fun. All right, so that's a good draw there. We'll attack. All right, fair. We do have another one though, which will drop you down to 10. This might be a problem at some point soon. So I'm definitely going to chump him with an Imperious Oligarch. All right, so yeah, we're going to chump block there. I think that's all we do. I think I'm going to block the Juggler too. It's actually, hold on. It's actually better to block the Juggler with an Oligarch. Because then we just have lethal, don't we? We'll attack for 5. They'll get drained 1. Yeah, we just have lethal if they let that happen. Attack for 5 in the air. Oh, the reach guy, you're right. I think it's still worth blocking this way, but yeah, the reach guy does complicate matters a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to attack with. Then we'll play our Syndicate Messenger. But yeah, the Ignis is going to be a bit of a problem, potentially, here. They can't hit me for lethal, but they can definitely mess me up. Don't play Sagittar's Volley. That would be backbreaking. I haven't had that card really bust me, you know, break things open before. All right. Where they kill, like, multiple flyers or anything. Wow, we already hit cast white or black spells. I guess that's because we're playing a black-white deck. One of the cards I'm most excited about is the Living Tornado. That card's wacky in the new set. This is pretty good. I mean, we have to, unless we draw a Swamp like a really lucky person, we have to wait till turn 3 to play an Oligarch, but I think that's okay. In our last game, we got pretty lucky with our Gateway Plaza. Yeah, not this time. So, Gruul. This may be a place where we want to sideboard into a deck with more 2-drops. What we don't want to see here is Rhythm of the Wild. And luckily we did not. Alright, so yeah, we'll play our Oligarch here. Hopefully it doesn't eat a, what's it called? The Scorchmark. Scorchmark would not be good. Okay, that's encouraging. Less encouraging. I mean, at least we get some value out of it, but pretty annoying. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to attack here and play Blade Juggler. And we hit a land. We could play Sky Tether, but I don't think we need to or want to. We need to start gaining life, which we can, of course, do. Like, this may be a place where we just don't have time for Ill-Gotten Inheritance. It's looking that way to me. So we're going to go to 10 here. Okay, I guess we kind of have time for it right now, but not really. I mean, we're going to take so much damage that I don't think we really do. I think I'm going to play the Oligarch and leave up Final Payment. And I guess I'm also going to attack with my Spirit. It's not like it can block effectively right here or anything like that, so... I think playing Blade Juggler would have been okay, but I don't think it's where we wanted to go. Don't play a Biogenic Upgrade. Or if you do, try to put the counters all on one creature for me. I'd appreciate it. Could make my Oligarch unable to block. That seems... I mean, I guess if they don't have... Ah, okay. That's what they're doing. Alright. Kind of okay with this. Alright, so... I think I block here and then use Final Payment to kill the Guild Mage. We really need that 5th land. Though, I mean, we can do stuff on this board, obviously, just not as much as I would like. Okay, well, we can play Law Mage's Binding on something. I think the best thing to do is play Blade Juggler. Yeah, it might be a little aggressive, especially given our life total. But we could gain life back at some point. another Grasping Throw is going to be nice. Honestly, I kind of think slapping Sky Tether on this could go a long way towards keeping us alive. And we do have another removal spell if things get ugly. So I think we're just going to put Sky Tether here. One less source of damage for them to try to kill us next turn. Yeah, we got to play these Thralls. Well, that's something that there's a good chance we'll have to... we do have Noxious Grudian, I guess. I mean, I think the best cards in this set for draft are the Boar, Liliana, Nissa, the blue-green legendary human mutant guy, and I said one earlier, but now I've forgotten what it was. So I think to be safe, it's going to be better to just play Law Mage's Binding here. Plus, I can actually get in for 5 if I do this. Yeah. Uh-oh. I did not put a hold there. Yeah. Poopy. Well, that wasn't the plan. But, you know. Yeah, that sucks. I was too busy trying to remember what the other card is. Man, are we ever going to hit that mana? We do get to play Carrion Imp here, which is like a crappy Grasping Throw. So, I could also play the Inheritance here. This might be the time to do it. I think the Imp's safer. Like, our opponent has enough haste in their deck that I think playing a thing that can actually block is important. That card's good, Zach, but it's not amazing. Like, I think it's a B, basically. Ooh. They just nuked my whole board. Not good. That could end poorly for me. Though not if that's all they're going to do. Okay, we finally did hit this land. I think we play Inheritance now over Grudian. That card's good, but, like, it's basically just a big vanilla creature. Granted, you do get to basically flash it into play and block something, ideally. But it's still just a big vanilla creature. So it's highly efficient, which is great, but it's not A level, you know, not for me anyway. All right, so now I think we're in pretty good shape. We can chain these Thralls together, plus Ill-Gotten Inheritance gaining us back life, and that should do. I was thinking maybe we didn't want Inheritance here, but because of all the removal we ended up having time for it, which is nice. Okay, so they can attack me for 4 here. Uh-oh. Can they just outright kill me here with like a... Ooh. I think it'll be hard for them to outright kill me, but I could be wrong. Because now we go up to 5. I can play another Thrall to take us back up to 7. So I could be more conservative. It's not like I don't have lethal in the air. If they have another act of treason, that would be pretty bad. I think being conservative is fine. I'm just going to be safe because too much could go wrong. We're still at low enough life total, and we have lethal in the air, plus Ill-Gotten Inheritance. That, yeah, so there was another act of treason. Don't tell me you can use 2 acts of treason. I honestly kind of feel like we need to trade thralls here. Because, yeah. If we block this, they can kill us with Skewer, and I don't think it's worth the risk. When we basically have control of the game. Most ways. You know, we give them a 2-for-1 there, but it's because we have a source of inevitability. Okay, so... yeah, I think playing the Messenger and leaving up Final Payment's a good call. More so than the Battlement, because I can't leave up Final Payment if I do that. So, yeah, they should be dead on our turn. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and use the payment here. Yeah. I guess we kill the Fiend. It does mean we go to 6 anyway, but that's okay. Wait. What? I don't know what happened there. I should still have my 1/1. Not that it really matters, but... Alright. Oh yeah, sacking an enchantment would have been better. Well, that worked out pretty well. All the life gain made their lives pretty difficult, which I guess... Oh, Fiend Ping. Yeah, that makes sense. Good call. Good call. I think, again, the Vampire's better than Groody in here. This opponent, again, it's another Gruul deck. They have mostly smaller creatures. Oh, the Vampire can trade with and gain us some life, so... I do think this is a keep when we're on the draw. We have 2 removal spells that we can play early. If things go absolutely terrible. Of course, our opponent mulled to 5, which might help us. Now they're at 4, so we're probably in okay shape. A couple removal spells in our hand probably does the job if our opponent's going to mull that far. Sometimes you can get a pretty crazy, like, 4-card. You have to draw incredibly well, usually, but it can happen. Yeah, so I think we just... probably Summary Judgment this hybrid when it attacks us. There's a chance they have Gift of Strength or something, so actually... I think I'm just going to take 2. See what else they got. Okay, so... I think we still try for it here. If they use Gift of Strength, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Probably could have taken 2 less damage, but I think that'll work for me. We don't have our blue mana, but I think it's kind of okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it either when people mull to 4. I usually think it's... I basically never go below 5. And I try to never go below 6. Even if your hand's bad... like, the number of resources you have to give up for the other hand actually lower your win probability even more, I would think. So, if you're down to 4, it doesn't matter if you have 2 lands and 2 creatures. The resources you have are so much less than your opponent that it's so hard to come back without drawing perfectly. And even then, because you're so far behind, you still may not get back. Alright. Okay, so we're going to attack. Probably should have waited to draw, because if we draw our Azorius Guildgate, that's probably what we would want. Ooh, Battlement will be fun. Alright. He can still attack me, so... Alright, so I think we attack for 1 in the air here. Then we play our battlement. So that if they do kill him... no, we don't need to use Sky Tether. So if they do kill him, we still get back our Blade Juggler, so... I've only played with it once, and it was like my very first draft of the format, so it's been a while, but it's a nice card. So if the runner attacks me, I would block it, for sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I would be happy to block it. So I think I'm going to try to put Sentinel's Mark on my Battleman here, because, yeah, it's pretty backbreaking. If they have a way of stopping it, but yeah, I mean, we're going to gain 7 life here. If they're going to kill my spirit, but, you know, we can ride, kind of literally ride our Lumbering Battlement to victory here. Yeah, I mean, if it had a way to sack itself, though, I mean, you have to have, it has to be able to be killed by something, or stopped by something. If it had a way to sack itself, it would be kind of absurd. That would be really pushed if they just made sure it had a way to get around every kind of removal instead of just devaluing some removal. It would be pretty crazy. Okay, so we're just going to attack here. Opponent holding us off pretty well given their mana situation earlier. Okay, so pass to end of combat. All right, we're gonna final payment. We'll pay 5. And we'll target Sunder Shaman. All right, so I think we just attack with both our creatures here. He's even good without Enter the Battlefield abilities, by the way, because of the fact that, like, if you have a creature who's become largely irrelevant, if they do kill your battlement and you get it back, it's not a bad thing. So we've got Sky Tether, we've got Lamage's Binding, though we can't play it, so... Alright. Yeah, that second game... Our opponent started with such a huge disadvantage, and we got a pretty good hand, so... Lots of gold. We have all the gold. Does anybody know what the next ranked format is? I could look it up myself, but I saw that Core Set 2019 is leaving soon. Does that mean Dominaria is coming? I feel like it does. I feel like it means it's coming. I mean, I guess it could be Ixalan. Oh, it's Guilds of Ravnica? I guess that's okay. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday if it's Guilds of Ravnica. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Okay, yeah, this is a slow hand, but we're going to have a lot of those, I think. So we're going to put you on the bottom. I'd rather draw land, basically, than another one of those. All right, good. I'd also rather draw some of our early removal that can keep us alive. I don't know. I don't know how they determine such things. It is weird to me that they don't have Dominaria. I won't have anything to do next turn, so I think maybe having more information before we Sky Tether is worth taking 3 damage for. Are we playing all Gruul decks today, or what? Feels that way. Alright, so, yeah. So we're going to play our Sky Tether here. Now we just have to hope they don't play Sunder Shaman. Because every other time we've seen a Sunder Shaman, we've been able to stop it. But if they play one right here, we're in a world of pain. All right, they have a slow start, actually. I think I play my Inheritance while I can. It's, you know, they're going to start being aggressive at some point, and we won't have the time to play it, but right now we do. Yeah, I don't love that. That doesn't seem like great news. But I think I played the Thrall here. So we're going to take 6. Yeah. That's not great either. But it's a little less of a problem. Okay, so I think we played Blade Juggler. We're going to hurt ourselves here, but I think that's okay. Oh, I can't do both. I have to final payment right now, I think. So, yeah, because we've only got 1 black mana. Alright, so we drop ourselves to 10. And we probably trade with our Grasping Thrall for the Beastmaster. Ah, crap. I'm glad we have another final payment, but I wish I could use it right now. Like, block the Beastmaster. Oh, they might give me the opportunity. Okay, they did give me the opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to play the Blade Juggler here, leave up final payment. So that gives us another option to block with, too. Yeah, we leave up final payment. We don't want to play the Oligarch right here. I think we try to trade for this and use final payment to kill Trollbred Guardian. I think that's our plan here. Well, that is a problem, but it's one I can deal with. I can still double block it and then kill the Trollbred Guardian. Yeah. Yeah, that works. If they'd put it here, I actually would have been in more trouble because then I would have, yeah. Well, actually, I am in a bunch of trouble still, aren't I? I am. So I think we're just going to have to take 6 this turn. That's the way it's looking to me. Our deck looks pretty good, Dildozer. It is black-white. We're 2-0 so far. Alright. So, 13. We're going to declare block. Wait a second. There we go. I was going to say, uh-oh. Sacrifice a creature, target a creature. Sacrifice a creature or enchantment. So we're going to go to 4 here. Then we'll go back up to 5 at least. That guy also loses trample. But it does hit us for 6 here. Beastmastered. I think surviving that is going to be pretty nice. So play Carrion Imp. We can gain a bunch of life back right here. Well, gradually anyway. Play our Oligarch 2. Just end our turn. With the intent of just blocking the Beastmaster with our Thrall. Yeah. Alright, so I think I can actually attack with my Imp. And end our turn. Bluff with this card. Alright, Alright, they're digging for something scary, which I'm not happy about. And they got something pretty scary. On this board, it is kind of a nightmare, actually. I need to draw one of our removal spells, basically. Let's do some math here. Ooh. Wow. That was lucky. Put the Sentinel's Mark here. I think that just gives us lethal now. Yeah, it does. That was lucky. All right. Yeah, all of our life gain is matched up quite well against our opponents so far. Like, we've been able to survive a big swing like that turn we just saw with the, like, 13-7 and 6-6 with Trample swinging at us, and then stabilize after that. Yeah, so I guess on Saturday and Sunday this week, I'll probably just stream Guilds of Ravnica since it's what's ranked. But if you didn't hear me say it earlier, next week I'll be taking a break from draft videos / streaming, which are basically the same thing at this point, because it's set review time, and I'll be spending a lot of the week getting ready for that, recording that, editing that, writing scripts, all that nonsense. So I need to stow some time away, basically, by not doing the draft videos. Plus, it's like a lame duck period in the format anyway. People are less interested in the content as it is, so. But I'm excited about the set review. Ooh. No white mana is bad. Yeah, I think we have to mulligan it. Okay. All right. We don't have anything till turn 4, which our deck has consistently had an issue with, but, well, we have removal. But we can play a Bell Haunt, which can really get us back into the game if we start, you know, behind. And it looks like we may. Ooh, that was a good draw. I mean, it doesn't stop at the Zhur-Tog Goblin, but giving us something on the battlefield is pretty nice. We had to sky tether that other goblin, which I think we would have died if we hadn't done it in that last game. And I may use Law Mage's Binding on this one. Let's play the Swamp here. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We do need to play the Plains. I guess I'm going to attack, actually. All right. So yeah, we'll put the Binding here. Are they going to give it haste? No. I don't think so. Okay, so Bell Haunt gets us back up to 20. Oh yeah, and I can attack them. I definitely blocked the Vandal. Ugh. We can make this a 4-6, but I think we're probably taking one hit here from the Rendhorn. A 4-6 isn't going to be enough, you know. It will with a double block. Yeah, so we're just going to take the 5. Man. That is not what I was hoping to see. All right, so I'm going to attack with our 1 Spirit. So I think I'm actually planning on using Sentinel's Mark to kill the Ceratok here. Giving that a try anyway. Oh, that's all that's attacking. Good, they didn't have get the point or anything. That makes our lives considerably better. Ooh, so does that. Yeah, so we go final payment now on the Rendhorn. I think we sacrifice Oligarch. And yeah, maybe I leave this back actually because I don't want them rummaging too much. Yeah. Like, rummaging would be a good way for them to try to find a way out of this. So I think trading works for me. Trick? Yeah, trick indeed. We may just have to put up with the fact that they're rummaging. And I mean, we have lethal over 2 turns right now, so I think that is exactly what we do. Let them rummage. I mean, I would prefer that they weren't, but... Ooh, big boy. Oh yeah, I forgot I have Vigilance. That was stupid. I'm dumb. Alright, so... Hello, Nate. It's been going pretty well. We are 2-0 right now, trying to close this one out to start off 3-0 with our Orzhov deck. Interesting. So they can make it 11-ish damage. I think it's probably worth blocking here. And hoping they have something. Or they don't have something, I mean. Doesn't look like they did. Yeah, I think on Saturday and Sunday I'll be streaming Guilds of Ravnica. That's what it looks like anyway. Yeah, we've been drawing super well. It's been pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to have to block the Trollbred Guardian to be safe. Alright. We start off 3-0, which means we have broken even. See if we can go 5-0, maybe? If we keep drawing how we do. Yeah, it was inevitable, but in the event they could attack me with their Guardian and I decided not to block for some reason, they could have maybe burned me out, but obviously there's no reason for me not to block. They could have also gained 2 life with like a Brush Strider. It might not have hurt for them to play it out, but I'm sure it was frustrating to be at 1 and for me to drop Ill-Gotten Inheritance like that. They would have been dead a turn sooner if I'd attacked like I should have with the spirit that I left back on an earlier turn. Okay, they're going first, so I think this is keepable. We've got a couple removal spells, 3-drop. We got our 2 primary colors. If we were on the play, I might not have kept it, but I think on the draw it's okay. Ooh, that's lucky. Yeah. Player Guildgate. I'm playing against Jon Snow. That's what this guy's username is. He's pumped for some Game of Thrones this Sunday, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Do that. Probably a high alert deck is what we're dealing with here, which I'm not excited about. But, you know. Those decks can just be so savage. Like, when they come together, I think I don't know, it seems like an incredibly strong deck. Of course, when it doesn't come together, it's, you know, why, yeah, I was just saying, Gonna attack me for 1, I'm sure. Yeah. Game of Thrones is pretty good, Zach. I recommend it. I think you've probably heard a lot of people say that to you, though. Oh yeah, definitely a high alert deck. Okay. So obviously the Grudian on the ground isn't going to be doing a whole lot here. But I think we still play it. We do have 3 Sky Tethers, which will be useful here. And so they're going to attack me for 2 here. We also have several of our own flyers, which will also be pretty useful here. Alright, so I think we play Oligarch. And just end our turn. I don't feel the need to play Sky Tether next. I don't watch a ton of TV, at least not current TV. I mean, I guess I do, sort of. I watch stuff on Netflix. But, like, there aren't very many shows that are, like, airing right now that I'm, like, caught up on. Game of Thrones is pretty much it. So, I wait till they get on, other shows get on Netflix for the most part. Why don't they want to attack me with their 1/4? That seems like a good thing to Sky Tether for now. That does make it maybe a little less likely they have High Alert. I mean, it is a 4-mana 2/3 that scries 1 when you have High Alert in play, which is still not a bad card. It's just not as good. Interesting. So I think I attack here because I'd really love to be able to play this Blade Juggler. So I'm going to attack here and see what happens. If I just get a trade, that's fine. If I get in for 2 and get to play Blade Juggler, that's probably ideal. My guess is they're going to trade. Yeah, it may just be a Flyers deck. The next set looks like it's going to have a more legit Flyers deck. I'm kind of looking forward to there being 10 color pair archetypes. Even though there's always overlap, like, you know, the Bolas colors are going to be about a mass in one way or another, and the other colors are about +1/+1 counters. But the way they use those things is different depending on the deck. Red-green looks like it's about ferocious, you know, basically having creatures with 4 or greater power, which +1/+1 counters can help you do, for example. Okay, they are going to take it. That works for me. Help me dig for that mana that we need. Nope, but we did get another Sky Tether. So if they do drop a High Alert, we can shut down their scarier creatures in the sky. Just lag them out for the win. Yeah, they do have a lot of damage in the sky right now. Like, even if they don't play High Alert, they're attacking me for 5 in the air right now. I mean, thank you for the follow, Silic G. All right, so I think I'm cool with trading here and, yeah, taking the rest. Probably need to Sky Tether that Griffin before it does much more damage to me. Though if I draw mana for Carrion Imp, I can gain life and trade with it next turn. Because one way or another, I don't think Perhelian's honestly that good in Limited. It's 8 mana. Like, if this format is Dominaria level slow, maybe it's like a C+, but it's still 8 mana. Even in a format like Dominaria, games ended before you get to 8 mana pretty frequently. I mean, getting to 8 mana can take 13, 14, 15 turns. So it isn't something that happens easy. So Slime Bind on Blade Juggler. And And, you know, it's not only that it costs 8, it also asks you to crew, so it's not like it's like the kind of bomb that wins the game on its own, which is kind of frustrating to me for 8 mana. So you have to have other creatures to crew it. Now, when it does attack, it's obviously incredible. But, you know, you're just not going to be able to do it as often as you'd like. Alright, so I'm going to play the Imp here now. We don't have Dead Revels, so exiling my own Blade Juggler's fine with me. For the life. Plus I can trade with Senate Griffin with it. Alright, so we got up to 4 mana. Just need that 5th. I don't think there are treasures in the new set, unless I've missed something. I want another set with clues. That's probably my most favorite recent mechanic, although Surveil's up there too. For limited anyway. Explore. I liked Explore too. You can see a consistent theme with those 3 mechanics that I liked a lot. Explore, Surveil, and Clues. So, yeah. I'm going to trade for that Griffin. At least try to. If they slime bind us again, it's not a big deal. Alright. Griffin's gone. I haven't actually looked at the spoilers yet today. I mean, I looked right when I woke up and the new Submarine guy was out, but I haven't looked yet today because I've been streaming. Been drafting it up. Aw, man. Kind of hoping when I played my Thrall, it could sort of take over the board, but not so much. Okay. Tell us about it, Nate. Because I probably won't look until after my stream. Yeah, so we do play our Thrall here. Helps us out life-wise. Yeah. I probably am just going to take another 3 from the Griffin and then Sky Tether it. Though it's not, you know, my Grasping Throw can be stopped too by Senate Courier, so maybe I should just trade and be happy with that. But if I Sky Tether this, I can at least stop the flying damage and try to win with a slow, ill-gotten inheritance. I think with that Submarine, it's pretty funny how much they nerfed it compared to Smuggler's Copter. Not only is it a colored artifact, so you can't play it. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. But yeah, anyway, not only is it a colored artifact, so you can't play it in anything, it has like Crew 2, and it's only a 2/3, and it doesn't have Evasion. Like, they're really trying to keep it from being Smuggler's Copter. It's a cool card, though. I think the whole cycle's cool. Oh, I did actually see Spark Double. That card's cool. It makes Clone look like a joke. Like, you know, it's just strictly better than Clone. It's kind of silly. All right, so we're going to trade here. All right, so I think I play Ill-Gotten Inheritance here and then Sky Tether on the 3/2. And no attacks for us. Yeah, the Spark Double's a cool card. Strong card. God. I try not to think about Constructed. Especially right now, because those Teferi decks don't look like fun to play against for me. To me, anyway. But it is hilarious how much better than Clone Spark Double is. Clone is 3 and a blue for a card that comes into play as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. And this not only can do that and come with a counter, it can do that or copy a Planeswalker and come with an extra counter. Power creep. Yeah, this set has a lot of cool cards in it, that's for sure. The hype is feeling a lot like Dominaria, so hopefully it lives up to that. Yeah, Clone has always been a decent limited card. Shapeshifters in general, like the ones who make copies, just because they're always going to be whatever the best creature on the battlefield is, right? So they scale. And this one, actually comes down as bigger than the best creature on the battlefield, which is not usually what they do, certainly not for 4 mana. So it's pretty pushed, I think. If you're the one who has the best creature on the battlefield, you have 2 copies of it now. And if your opponent has the best creature on the battlefield, now you can also have that creature. So yeah, clones are nice. Especially ones that are that cheap and that flexible. You know, we had Mirror Image recently, which was still pretty good, but it could only copy your creatures, which certainly made it a little less good. But it did work with Enter the Battlefield abilities, and so does Spark Double. So it is kind of weird, a card with Spark in its name not being red, I feel like, but, you know, it's whatever. Vaporkin, no, I don't stream on Fridays. I stream on Saturday and Sunday. I really want to build a Living Tornado constructed deck. Not really. It's constructed. But it would be fun. Crucible of Worlds plus Living Tornado. You know, that would be... be a fun deck. Hoping they don't have anything to play here. Looks like they do, though. That's not a bad thing to Sky Tether. Yeah, so I think I'm going to play my Messenger here and Sky Tether the Sneak. Because we do not need them drawing extra cards. Sure, it doesn't get a flyer out of the way, which is like ideal, but I think that's okay. Oh, Planeswalker Sparks. That makes sense. I need the flavor police on my side sometimes because I don't pay enough attention to that. That makes sense. Yes, can even copy Planeswalkers, so I get it. Well, I'm glad I played that Sky Tether. All right. We can try to take this game over now. We need to draw, like, you know, a way to do it. Lumbering Battlement isn't going to do it right now. I mean, it doesn't hurt to play. How big will it be? It can get up to... Oh, maybe you can do it. It will be a 8/9, and they have 1, 2, 3... They only have 6 power over there. Intriguing. Granted, I would have to lose my flyer who's holding back their flyers. I think for now, I'm just going to hang back. Let Ill-Gotten Inheritance do its work. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we do luckily have this final payment. But High Alert coming down there is not good news. All right. Okay, so I can actually do something pretty nice here, I think, which is... Oh god, their creatures with Defender can attack now. God, Sky Tether's so bad against them. Alright, well I still think I'm going to do what I was thinking of doing, which is this. Go Final Payment, sacrifice a creature, kill Senate Courier, sacrifice Oligarch, and then double block the Pegasus. The Battlement can hold down the fort against the big creatures. Alright. Oh, that's true. That's a nice combo. Alright, so we do get a second flyer. Alright. The 2/1's honestly not that good here, so I think I actually just sacrifice it, or not sacrifice it, but exile it with our Battlement. I could exile everything, but I think that's a little risky, especially because the tokens don't come back. So I'm just going to make him big enough to be a threat, a real threat, and big enough to stop the attacks here on the ground. So Oh, that's not good. So they attack us for 5 and draw a card here now. Yeah, there's that binding. We do still have one final payment in our deck, but short of that, we're in trouble. Plus, we're still dealing with high alert, which is also not good. Yeah. I mean, I think we... Oh, man. I think we have to just try to race here almost. But this is just not a race we're going to win. Ill-Gotten Inheritance complicates things for our opponent, but they can hit us for 5 this turn. I think maybe I leave back one guy to chump block the sneak and attack for 1 here. Yeah. So, yeah, we can't really let the sneak through. Oh, well, now we don't have a choice. So we're probably still going to take 5 here. Yeah, go to 3. I've actually had someone play High Alert against me against Sky Tethers before. It's pretty devastating. It's almost like, should I side them out? Probably not, because taking away the flying is still pretty legit. Yeah, I think we're probably dead now. Chillbringer probably seals the deal, I would think. I think that actually keeps us alive. And, you know, when you have Ill-Gotten Inheritance in play, if you can just stay alive, you know, it can it can go a long way towards sneaking you into a win. I do not know what an anti-draft is, Nate. Oh, I have heard of that, I think. Drafting bad decks. I think I don't want you to get that. Okay, so that takes us up to 6. Like, if we could draw Grasping Thralls back to back here, something like that could actually get us there. It's unlikely, but it could happen. Yeah, I'm guessing Twilight Pony that you're not allowed to... You probably have to let them build the deck. You just draft the bad cards for them. That's my guess. Alright, so... Here's what we're going to do here. We're going to block that, and we're going to chump block this, and we're going to take 3... Which means we kill the Griffin. Still have our 2-3, and yeah, chump the sneak. Works for me. Feels like they might have something, given their thinking. What could they have? Yeah, right. Somebody has to end up with the good cards. I mean, the thing you could do, though, is take off-color bombs when you've drafted everything else. Wow. 4 Azorius Night Arbiters. That's funny. It's definitely not a bad card. Like, I underrated it in my set review, but I can't imagine thinking it's a bad card. Yeah, that's a good strategy for this format. I mean, in general, you could try to do that. Draft all the synergy cards and then like throw away, everything else. Don't actually get the cards that give you the necessary synergy, basically. All right, we need to draw well here. Not a land. I think anything that's not a land would be pretty useful. Man. He says as he draws a land. So I guess I double block the Chillbringer here. That's probably the plan. Although that Gateway Sneak, forgot about the Gateway Sneak. Am I just dead? No. I can't double block anything though. I have to single block everything. Alternatively, I could use the Inheritance to drop them to 6 and bring us up to 8. That's definitely worth thinking about. My Lumbering Battlement can't attack, Zach. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be with you. I don't know what's going on with them. They're all out of timeouts, though. Are we going to get a disconnect win? That's our payment if we wait this one out. No, he's not tethered. He is. Law Mage is bindinged. I wish he was tethered because then he could at least block Gateway Sneak. Law Mage is bound. Bound by a Law Mage, let's say. That's probably the correct grammar. The way this draft's going, we may not get to play Core Set 2019 today. Because it's been a long one. Yeah, I guess they're disconnected, which could give us a win in a game that we should not win. Especially if we draw another land here, for example. Ooh, that's pretty big. Now we can Law Mages bound something. Okay. That's not... Ooh, really? Okay. I'm cool with it. Do they have a way to gain life at instant speed? Did they just... Okay. I thought for a second that they had, what's the word? Hustled me into doing that, and then they gain life and they just win. But, doesn't look like that's what happened there. We didn't get a win off a disconnect, but we got a win off a misplay, which is nice, I guess. I mean, it's not that nice. I'll take it. Last week, we finally had a good week of drafting after, I think it was 2 weeks where things didn't go so well, and we had our win percentage plummet from like 67 to 58. Maybe if this goes well enough, we'll finish this format off at 61. So far, we're 3-0, and we're on our way maybe to 4-0. Yeah, we got to mulligan this, though. Okay, pretty good. Slow, but we've actually been surprisingly able to play our Basilica Bellhaunts early. It's kind of crazy. I don't think our mana is good enough that should be happening consistently. We don't actually need this. No. I mean, we'd like a 5th land at some point, but we're going to hit it before turn 5, and we'd much rather draw something to play early than another land at this stage. Like that. So we don't have anything to do on turn 3, so I think playing the Plague White here is the right thing to do. Then next turn we play the Plaza. Alright, we're going to do some early damage, which our deck has not been adept at. We did draw something to play, but I think because of Basilica Bellhaunt being as good as it is, plus they could have Quench Up, I think it's better to just do this. But yeah, playing the Bellhaunt next turn is going to be really nice, I would think. Yeah, our luck, it's really weird because it's not just like we're winning now. It's like we went from really bad luck to really good luck. So, I mean, you know, variance has gone in our favor, basically, in lots and lots of ways in this and other recent drafts I've played. So, I'm guessing they take 2 here. Then we play our Bellhaunt. Then hopefully we can play Thrall at some point soon and slap a Sentinel's Mark on it. It's usually a good way to go. Yeah, I mean, this draft, we still have 2 to lose. Well, I guess we probably are only going to play... Say we win this one, we only have 1 more match, probably, unless... we could have 2 if we lose, I guess. Player Bellhaunt... Takes us up to 23, makes them lose a card. I think they should have just made the Bellhaunt a 4/4. That would be kind of silly. Looks like our opponent's multitasking, I think. Because, like, they've been using up timeouts, but they keep coming back before anything happens. Could be chronic disconnections, I guess, but those seem to take longer. Like, when I've had them happen, if I only have 1 timeout, it's pretty much done by the time I get back to the game. Right, so they lost an island. How many times have we played a turn 4 Bellhaunt in this draft? I think 3 maybe, which, again, mana base not good enough for that to happen that frequently, but I'll take it. We only have, like, we have 8 sources of both, I think. Something like that. Maybe 9 and 8, but that's still high alert. That's a little annoying. No creatures to kill. But I think I probably still play... To exile, I mean. I probably still play my Imp, though. Yeah. So you're basically a 3/3. That's fun. You can still attack with Plague White is the great news here. Down to 6 they go. Aggressive. Especially because now I can go... Oop. Yeah, I still attack with my white, actually. Sentinel's Mark would be kind of funny there, but it's going to be better to just put on a Thrall if we get there. Alright, so I think I attack with both here. Because then I can just get lethal on Thrall, potentially. And I have Sentinel's Mark if something goes crazy. I think they have a counter spell. It's time to find out. Looks like they do. Ooh, not just any counter spell. One that gains them some life. Okay. Things are starting to look a little less good for us. Kind of hope they attack with their Pegasus. Ooh, well, that helps, doesn't it? Another nice draw off the top. Yeah, we'll end our turn. I think we used the Sentinel's Mark to kill one of these attackers at some point. Probably going to be the best use of it. Yeah, so that's what we're going to try to do here. There's a good chance they're dead anyway, so... But... Especially if they tap out here for a bounce spell or something. So they're dead to Inheritance, they're dead to our Thrall. They can untap their creature, actually, but... Alright. 4-0. My silly luck continues. Drawing that ill-gotten Inheritance. It's shown up... We only have one of them, and it's shown up at, like, the ideal time several times in this game, this draft. I think this probably, if we go 5-0, and maybe even if we go 5-1, I think it probably does get our win percentage up to 61 to close out the format, which, given that it was 58 a couple weeks ago, isn't too bad. That's right, 4-0, Sam. 4-0. With my opponent going first, I think this is a keep. Yeah. Yep. Not too far from the right mana for Law Mage's Binding. We can play a 2-drop. Have an early Sky Tether if we need to do that to survive. Yeah. We do have to draw reasonably well here. No problem. Yeah, I think I remember seeing you, Sam, when you, as you put it, stumbled in here a few days ago. Okay, so... I think I play Plague White here because I can. It may help us set up a Blade Juggler if we draw really well. Yeah, I think Azorius and Orjav are my favorite two. Just have really strong commons and uncommons. Okay, so... Yeah. We did not draw a land to let us play a Blade Juggler, which would have been the lucky thing to do, but that's okay. If we draw Plains, we can play our Bell Haunt. Okay, early Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Let me draw a Swamp. Should I just play my Ill-Gotten Inheritance? Yeah, we will. Sort of negates theirs. I guess maybe trying to play a Blade Juggler when I could have been a good idea, but... Are you about to blow up mine? You are. Wow. That's not nice. That's not good. Okay. Well, we do have Noxious Grudian at least. But given that they can just block forever and have Ill-Gotten Inheritance in play, that's not so good. But Noxious Grudian does keep them from attacking with the Benthid, if nothing else, but... Oh... Well, the fact they just took away its hexproof is not something I'm sad about. Because I can kill it now. They're going to play an illusion from their hand? No. Okay, so... we'll kill that, but we're still in some serious trouble, I think. Mana for Basilica Belhan would go a long way towards helping us. We do have lots of ways to gain life, which can thwart Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I have not revealed my spoiler card yet, Nate. It will happen next week. I've drafted all the core sets. Oh, you mean on this stream? Today? No. No, I have not. I'm not sure what you mean exactly about general strategy. I think I would say, ooh, that's kind of nice. Not, ooh, that's kind of nice. But I think I would say sticking to 2 colors if you can is a good idea in sets with less fixing. But I just draft what's open, just like I would in any format. There's not like a huge, there's not a huge discrepancy in those ideas. So gaining some life here is nice, and potentially getting rid of their Benthid. They could counter this. I'm happy to end up in any color pair that was open. You know, I think the archetypes I like the best in that set are the spells one and the artifact one. Those are pretty fun, but I think every color pair is good. As long as you draft what's open, you're going to be good, which is pretty much how any format is. Yeah, get rid of that Benthid. Don't want to see dead Revels. Then we can trade for the Vampire, potentially anyway. There are some formats where it's best to avoid certain color pairs. Oh, this is not good. We're going to get destroyed by these 2 enchantments. But I don't think Core Set 2019 is one of those. I think all 10 are pretty valid. I do get to gain more life. But I also take 3 here in the process, so... probably doesn't matter. Yeah. Selesnya and Guilds of Ravnica, yeah. Good stuff. Alright, so... oh, there's not any other creatures in the graveyard, actually, so I don't get to gain life. Clever. Well, I think we still play it. And then I'm going to Sky Tether the Vampire. It's not looking good this game. As our opponent's at 28 and we're at 7 and they have an Ill-Gotten Inheritance in play. We can gain back some chunks of life, but... ooh. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, we do have a way to stop it. Called Final Payment. Have a good one, Twilight Pony. We really need to draw the mana to actually gain ourselves some life. We can play Sentinel's Mark to gain ourselves some life, but I don't imagine that'll matter. They're just drawing so many cards. Oh, nice. I do like that guy. We cut ours, but normally I like him. Yeah, that's not exactly what I'm hoping for. Was hoping for here. I guess it's not terrible. No, it pretty much is. Because we're dead no matter... Is our best play to play Sentinel's Mark here? And go up to 9? And yeah, it probably is. It's not great, though. But we have to gain the life. I think we can also afford to play Blade Juggler after that, but... Okay. We can actually play our Binding and our Bell Haunt now, but I think it's too late. As our opponent beats us to death here. They're thinking about how to kill us. I mean, all you have to do is attack with both your creatures and put me in a horrible situation. I mean, it could be worse, but... Because what I'm going to do is block this and then chump block that. Hold on to my Carrion Imp for another turn. And we have ways to gain... You know, we have our Basilica Bell Haunt, which will gain us some life. And then if I can somehow Lumbering Battlement my way out of this, that would be cool, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, yeah. They're going a little too wide over there. But I think we do have potential to survive. Is that better than the Bell Haunt here? I don't think so. Either way, we're attacking with our creature. Does Vigilance. I think gaining more life and the bigger body is better right now. I wish there were a way I could also play Law Mage's Binding, but that's not going to happen. But we do go up to 10 now. They discard a swamp. We go to 9. We're going to be forced to... If they attack with all 3... It's risky, but I think the plan may be to block the Scavenger. That may give us the best chance here. Though it... probably not. Oh, okay. Well, or they'll just do that. In which case... We're pretty close to dead. Not quite, but pretty dang close. Because we have to chump the Undercity Scavenger and go to 5. We tried to fight our way out of this, but I think we have failed. Their deck's cool. Their deck's cool. I wish I got to play more Dovin's Acuity in this format. So yeah, I mean, we're just dead on their turn. We can gain the life and technically not die until they attack us, but... We were toast there. Wish I had some enchantment hate. I don't think we want to change anything here. No, I couldn't do both. I didn't have enough mana. Doing both would have been nice, though. Alright. Ugh, we had some ugly starting hands. Maybe our luck's finally running out. We have used a lot of it so far. This is an alright hand, though. Do I want removal more than I want to land? Maybe not this removal. I think I'm putting this on the bottom. They mulligan too. Because we really need to just get to turn 4 here. So we're going to be able to do turn 4 Bell Hunt, potentially, if that's what we want to do. Again, somehow. Last game we actually didn't get to do it for the first time in a while. It almost helped us get back in the game, though. Which was nice. Yeah, so I think I could probably play the Messenger first if what I'm interested in is pressuring our opponent. Yeah, that's annoying, but I think we play our Messenger. Oh, maybe we just play our Ill-Gotten Inheritance now. Let's do that. They may mortify it again, but I'm kind of okay with it. What I don't want them to do is Dovin's Acuity like crazy, but we can't do anything about it. All right. Smart thing to side in against us if they didn't have it main board. Hello, Tronalon. Grasping Thrall. Do your job. I think I'm going to play the Messenger. I like having all this damage in the air if I can help it. Granted, this is better for them to bounce if they play Arrester's Admonition than the Bell Haunt is, which is a little annoying, but... so maybe playing the Bell Haunt would have been better, because we know they have at least a couple... Yeah. Doesn't feel so good. They do have to discard a card. Probably just a land. No, a Sage's Rose Savant. Alright, I think I am going to play the Bell Haunt. We know they have so many bounce spells that I think it probably was the best move last turn. Making them lose a card doesn't hurt either. I mean, they have a lot of cards, but... They did just lose a Gateway Sneak. Are they going to play a Benthid here? Let's hope not. Although we can fly over it this time, so there's that. Alright, Dovin's Acuity. You think they have a Summary Judgment for our Thrall here and then get it back in their hand? Nope. Alright, so... I think we play our Carrion Imp here, exile that Gateway Sneak. Plus, it's another creature that if they bounce, we're not too upset about it. It doesn't have the craziest enter the battlefield trigger, but it does have one. Yeah, he does grasp a lot. Unfortunately, it looks like he's trying to kill birds. I don't know why they keep printing good cards that are doing that, because then I end up having to play them. Like, Obnixilis's Cruelty is like probably the best black common, maybe just the best common in the set for Allegiance, or for War of the Spark. And he's like killing a bird. It's like, great. Thanks, Wizards. Yeah, that can hit me pretty hard, but I feel like I have enough of a lead that I'm not super scared. I could regret thinking that, though. Yeah, they can gain life. What a joy. Luckily, we're at 27, so the first hit from Gate Colossus doesn't make me too scared. Also, what was that card called? It's played in Standard, too. The blue, red Drake that has, like, a dead bird in its claws. It's like, I love everything about this card except that it's killing a bird. Come on. Come on, Wizards. Leave the birds alone, man. Yeah, they can't really attack with their Colossus here. I mean, they can, but they can't. Not really. Okay, so we can attack for 7 in the sky. Unfortunately, their ability to gain life here is a big deal. I think we Summary Judgment this Guild Mage. Crackling Drake, yes, thank you. Yeah, egrets are cool. All those waiting birds are fun. Pond birds are the ones I'm the most familiar with, really. Pond, lake birds. It's where we spend, my fiance and I spend most of our time doing bird-related outdoorsy things. So we see a lot of egrets and herons and ducks and geese and sandpipers. Oh, no. That's not good. It's not good. Life gain, man. I need to draw Sky Tether. Come on, Luck. I need you to be ridiculous for me again. We do have 3 Sky Tethers in our deck, so it wouldn't be that ridiculous. So, it's really not worth attacking now, sadly. Which means we're in trouble. We are in trouble. I think we do have oyster catchers, but I think they're mostly coastal, like ocean birds. Sandhill cranes are cool. They're crazy when they're nesting. They are crazy, like they would nest in like around Thanksgiving. I have a bunch of family who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I go there some Thanksgivings, and it's a big nesting place for them, and they're like, probably thousands of them in this one location, and yeah, they make a lot of funny noises. Man. Things are not going in our favor right now. Yeah, they are huge, too. Blue herons, great blue herons are even bigger. But they're pretty crazy. My fiance is only 5'1", and they're basically taller than she is. They're about the same height. Uh-oh. This is one of those games where it's like, should we just scoop? Except that there are several cards we could draw that would put our opponent in trouble. That is not one of them, but, you know. It doesn't hurt to have another flyer, I guess. Let's just draw 3 Sky Tethers in a row here. I don't even know if we'd win then because of how many cards they can draw. You haven't seen Clear the Mind yet, it's worth noting. So that is a potential. You would think they had one, but we haven't seen it in either game. So decking themselves might be our most likely way to win. Although again, a bunch of Sky Tethers would get it done too. All right, yeah, we're just gonna take the 8 here. My fiance does not play Magic. She did do late in Kaladesh or something. We did a stipulation draft where she just picked the cards based on how much she liked the art, basically, and it was pretty hilarious. But we haven't done that again. Yeah, draw more cards, because that's the only way I'm going to win this thing. I think they're probably... They may just be able to kill me before I can do anything. I only have 1 creature. No, I have 2 who can block Gate Colossus, I guess. So I have that going for me. And we'll take 8. Feels good. Gonna have to block with something at some point. This is where Justicar's Portal might have been nice. Oh, good. Yeah, they're probably going to be able to kill us before they deck themselves. Not too hard to do when you draw 1,000 extra cards. Oh, God. We have like a 1 in 6.8 chance of drawing a Sky Tether, which would save us. I mean, I think it's getting up to be a little too late to be saved. But it would have been close. If we'd gotten them early to stop this Gate Colossus, we'd still have a ton of life. Yeah, their deck's sweet, for sure. Yeah, does that just kill us? Because... No, I don't think so. It's going to get close, though. We needed Sky Tethers to have a shot. Yeah, it looks like this will be our only draft of the day because it went long, which is a good thing. It means I did relatively well. And, I mean, part of it's I did well. Part of it is my deck is not fast. So. Okay. Wait. Alright, so we're going to block here. You're going to block there. You're going to block here, I guess. You will block there. Oh, crap. Just kidding. You have to block there. And then block here, block here. I think we survive, but only just barely. Except we don't want to do that. I think we actually want to make another flyer here if we can. Well, I guess this flyer will still be in play. Just kidding. So, yeah, 3 gets through. And we will almost be dead, but not quite. Their library is at 6, but I think they can kill us before that matters. Yeah, it's not what we needed. Our whole deck is... Like, Gate Colossus just destroys our deck. Yeah, we really needed to hit a Sky Tether. If we'd hit one early, I don't know how they would have won, because they wouldn't have been able to reduce my life total quickly enough. So we lost one. We're 4-1 now. Try to go 5-1. Let's see if there's any new spoilers on my phone. It's probably not quite time for the spoilers to start showing up. Yeah, no, other than the Spark double we already talked about. Alright, I think this is alright. Usually the spoilers start around like 8 a.m. Pacific. Thank you very much for the sub, Lord Osh. But I'm excited next week to reveal my spoiler card. I'm excited next week to start my set review. It's always a good time. Man, I should have summary judgment that. So that I didn't have to deal with freaking Blade Juggler. Okay. I think it's just an A, but I'm also notoriously pessimistic, so about my set reviews. If I'm wrong, it's usually wrong low. So we're gonna go ahead and kill the Blade Juggler here. But I think the reason I don't think it's as good, like some people are like losing their minds about it, but the reason it's very good. It's an A. But the reason I don't think it's like Tetsamok level, which is what you need for me to say it's an A+, is the fact that it has a lot of cool text on it, but a lot of the times the free creature you get out of it, or the creature you get to play from your hand attacking, it's just not going to happen. And a lot of time in a limited game, it'll be better to just play a creature. And, you know, it is great upside on a 5-mana 6/6 with Trample in the first place. But we still get to gain the life. But, and then the fact, yeah, it doesn't die, but you have to wait 3 turns to draw it. Your opponent is still getting a 1-for-1 against it. So and it doesn't do anything immediately, right? If it had haste, maybe we'd have a different conversation. But overall, it's great. But it's not Umezawa's Jite, Tetsamok, Ethereal Absolution great. It's a slight rung below it. But it may well be the best card in the set. Not every format has A+s for me. So yeah, I think I'll play Grasping Throw. Glad you're catching the stream, Lord Osh. It's definitely great. I'm just saying, not top tier bombs we've ever seen before. Great. Well, this isn't good. Opponent is beating us down, so I'll play another Thrall. And then I think I Sky Tether Pestilent Spirit. We will take 2. Oh, another Grasping Throw, huh? Alright, I'll take it. All the Thralls. Probably gonna have to block Hackrobat with one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive here. If we can pressure their life, I think we should, and we can a little bit. If they have a removal spell here, obviously we're not very happy, but alright, so block. Oh, I love Living Twister, too. I tweeted yesterday that I think it's my favorite card revealed so far, so I'm with you. But it's also not. It's probably more like a B, but it is great. Alright, so I think we go with Sentinel's Mark. Please don't kill it in response. Or at all. Obviously, any burn spell like Scorch Mark can kill it right here. Yeah, Spark Double, pretty strong. Of the cards revealed today, I think it's pretty great so far. I mean, I think we just take the 3 here. We're at 14 now. We can kind of afford to just take a punch to the face. Okay, another Sky Tether does not hurt. I think I probably just hold on to it, though, for now. In case they play, like, a flying blocker here. And this is Triumph plus Twisters. Yeah, that would be hilarious. We are just going to go ahead and... I guess our better chump block is actually this one, because at least we kill the creature. Oh, the Blade Brand combo. Oh, nasty. Nasty. Okay, we're in trouble now. Looked like we had that one, you know, in our back pocket, like ready to be ours, but okay, well this will help. We're gonna go Sky Tether, and hope we draw a way to kill them before they draw a way to kill us, basically. Well, can I have one of those Sky Tethers back now? That's what we wanted. It does give us mana for if we draw our removal spell, so we can play every card in our deck now, no matter what we draw. Yeah, I don't think Nissa's Triumph is that great in the limited. Mostly because it makes you pay... it's double green. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's probably like a C, but it's just not like amazing or anything. That's what I'm saying. Oh. Should not have blocked that freaking Footlight Fiend. I played right into their hand there. They knew... Okay, yeah, we're dead. They were probably dead if I didn't block that Footlight Fiend. That was... I should have been prepared for that. Okay, so... Resolute Watchdog seems pretty good here. We don't want X1s very much. But creatures that replace themselves... I think we do want, but... We already have a lot of those. But I think Watchdog, cut a... white may be a good idea here. Yeah. The defensive creature. Yeah, it seems like they've decided to move away from the New World Order, as they used to call it. It seems like commons are more complex than they've been in a long time in this set, too. And I think they've said as much on Twitter, some of the designers of the set. All right, with us going first, I think this is a keep. May finish out 4-2 here, but I think that's okay. Should I have sided out a 2-drop? Maybe not. Maybe I should have found something else to cut. Alright, so play our messenger here. I think blocking here is fine. We trade, but we get a 1-1 out of the deal. Which, you know, we paid more mana, but I think getting the spirit helps the trade-off there. Oh... Carrion Imp is easy enough. I guess it's Blade Juggler and Carrion Imp. That was not an easy decision, though. Now that we didn't get a 5th land and can't play our other cards. It's a little frustrating. Right, there's theirs. There's our 5th land, which will come in handy shortly. I don't like our chances right now, though. Unless our opponent's completely flooded out. Kind of seems like they might be. Might be getting an unfair advantage again. Alright, I'm going to play the Thrall here. Okay, so they're holding on to good removal, basically, is what they're doing. Most likely, that they don't want to use on our 1-1. So I probably just run my Battleman out there as a 4-5. Yeah, we don't want to fall for that Blade Brand trick again. Oh, now I'd probably just play Grasping Thrall. Yeah, I've had 5 Grasping Thralls a few times, and it has been a good time. Every time it's happened. Yeah, I'm not falling for that again, okay? That's actually the first time I've had someone do that one to me. I've had the 1 damage to everybody guy do it to me, but that's the first time I've had... I mean, and I know it's a combo. I just hadn't seen someone actually do it yet. Okay. Well... we attack for 1, and then I think we just play our Battlement as a 4/5. I think hanging on to the token and playing the Battlement as a 4/5 is fine. Oh, it says non-token anyway. How about that? Alright. I don't think it's usually a good idea to exile them anyway. It could be busted in a set where you can play like 1,000,000 tokens, but that's about it. Right, so I'm going to declare a block here, and if they try to use a trick, I can use Summary Judgment. Or they may just have a way to clear the board. It's not worth it. Because if they then use... yeah, we'll just take 2. 3. We'll just take 3. I think that's an okay thing to do. Of course, they could have just been trying to get their... stuff online. Ooh, with this, I think we can actually attack. Oh. I can kill the creature in response to Blade Brand, so I think this time we can do it. Yeah, that 2 mana 2/2 with Heroic basically is cool. They put a lot of keywords in this set without calling them keywords, which I think is kind of cool. So they can kill our Battlement. Even if they don't have Blade Brand, they can get rid of our token, but I think that's okay. If they do have Blade Brand, they won't get rid of anything. So I'm hoping that's their plan. Yeah, alright, so we'll play 5. Oh, actually, they do still get rid of our 1/1. I don't know what I was thinking there. We'll go ahead and kill this, too, while we're at it. Alright. This race is close, and we're out of gas. But we do have a large creature on the battlefield. Hopefully that gets us there. They're about to dead Rebels. It's annoying. I should have just sacrificed my token when I did what I did. That was because he was going to kill it either way, so that was a mistake. Yeah, they can take it down here with the double block, too. Blah. Yeah, if I'd sacrificed my token, I would at least have more life, which would really matter with Ill-Gotten Inheritance in play. I actually don't need to play this because we already have our blue mana on the table. Yeah, having more life right now would be so great. 5 more. Of course, now that they're actually playing things, it kind of looks like it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, Clamor Shaman's a problem. Even if we draw a creature... okay, well... I'll take it. But yeah, we need to draw some sort of threat at this point, or they're going to win this race. Not looking good. As the gap widens between our life totals. This is where I wish I had a Dead Revels. Yeah, I made some misplays in these last 2 games. I don't know... Why would you have not just played that with haste? Because then I'd be like... For sure... Well, I guess Ill-Gotten Inheritance keeps me from being completely dead. That'll help too. We can just draw all our life gain cards one after the other, you know. We could be in good shape. Have to trade it, basically, for the Vandal. We have 1 Grasping Throw left in our deck. That would be good, too. Basilica Bell Hunt would be pretty good. That's not, though. So they're going to drop us to 3 here. We'll go to 4. Then we probably have to crack our Inheritance not to die. Actually, go to 3. Oh, 4 on our turn. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't play my best in those last 2 matches, and didn't have the insane luck that helped us propel us to 4-2. I think our deck was pretty good, but 4-2 is good. That's our probably last draft in this format, at least for some time. You know, if it becomes ranked again at some point. So, what do we end at? Do we end at 61%? I would be happy with that. So that puts us at draft number 62, 183 and 122, which is like what, 301? I'm gonna actually do the math, but I think that's right. 183. I know it's 305. Good thing I did the math. So math. I think it may just mean we're stuck at 60, but 60's my... Yeah, exactly 60. 60 is my, you know, the least good. It's my bottom goal, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, let's claim our prize. And open our packs. We'll do these for now. Yeah, so open our packs. Talk about what we'd first pick. Of course, we are pretty much done with this format, but... Wow, that was fast. Okay. Savage Smash, maybe, from what I saw. Probably Final Payment without the rare. Still Final Payment. Obviously, any Mythic. If I could choose any Mythic, that would be good, too. I guess we'll open this thing. Back to our packs. Ooh, alright. Well, we're opening a core set one for some reason. I think Exclusion Mage, though I do... Star-Covered Stag is really good in that format. Ooh. Then it's a Johnny, though, obviously. So, back to these packs. We want to hold on to the core ones, I think, maybe, for now. So, Frilled Mystic is great, but so hard to cast. But this pack is weak enough that I think I would still take it. Probably get the point. I do like the Pose Deploy a lot. There's like the worst rare in the set and Awaken the Erstwhile. Probably light up the stage or Archway Angel, but probably the stage. Then probably Domri. I've only drafted him once, but he was pretty good when I did. And the Ceratok here. Probably Growth Chamber Guardian now. I never drafted that card. You know, it's kind of crazy you can go 60 some odd drafts into a set and not draft one of the rares. Especially one that's good that you would want to play. But I never did. It happens. All right, well, that was probably our last Ravnica Allegiance draft. For a while, at least. Next week, I'll be taking the week off from drafting, basically, to do my set review. I do have a preview card coming out next week, so be ready for that. And also, be ready for the set review, which will start next Friday, so that'll be sweet. Don't forget my content sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can go to cardkingdom.com, and actually, better than that, you can click on their logo below, and they'll know I sent you to their website. Same thing on YouTube, except you click on the link in the description. It's got a great site for all that stuff, all Magic stuff you could ever think of. So, all right, thanks for watching the stream, everybody, and I'll be back on Saturday drafting probably whatever it is that's ranked next. Everybody have a nice rest of your Thursday.